The Grateful Teacher. In a small village surrounded by rolling hills, there was a school where children from all walks of life came to learn. The teacher, Mrs. Mira, was well known for her kindness, patience, and the warmth she brought into the classroom. She had been teaching for many years, but there was something about her approach to education that made her different from all the other teachers. It wasn't just her lessons that made her special, it was the way she viewed her students, the way she nurtured their growth, and the way she expressed gratitude for every small step they took. Her classroom was filled with the sounds of laughter, curiosity, and joy. Students felt safe, valued, and, most importantly, seen. One day, a new student named Ian entered Mrs. Mira's class. Ian had moved to the village from a distant city, and he was struggling to adjust. He had always been a quiet child, not very confident in himself. His previous school had not been kind to him, and he often felt overlooked and invisible. Ian was unsure of himself and his abilities, and he wondered if anyone in this new place would see him for who he truly was. Mrs. Mira welcomed Ian with open arms, noticing the uncertainty in his eyes. She did not rush him to participate in activities or draw attention to his quietness. Instead, she quietly observed and created a space where he could slowly open up in his own time. Each day, Mrs. Mira made it a point to express gratitude for the smallest things. She would thank her students for their attention, for their ideas, and for their hard work, no matter how small the contribution. "Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us today, Raj. Your perspective is valuable," she would say. Or, "Anjali, I'm so grateful for your kindness in helping your classmates today." Her gratitude was genuine and never forced, and it created a classroom environment that was full of encouragement and love. But it was her gratitude for the growth of each student that truly made her exceptional. One afternoon, after a lesson on nature, Mrs. Mira asked her students to share what they had learned. When it was Ian's turn, he hesitated, unsure of himself. But with a soft, encouraging smile, Mrs. Mira nodded toward him, saying, "I'm so grateful for you, Ian. Please, share with us what you learned. Every voice in this room is important." Ian looked around, feeling a bit nervous, but he took a deep breath and began. I learned that the trees in the forest grow slowly, but they are strong because of their roots." Mrs. Mira's face lit up. "Thank you for that beautiful thought, Ian. Just like the trees, you are growing in your own time. The roots of knowledge take time to grow strong, and I see how much you are learning and blossoming." She turned to the class and added, "We are all like trees in this room. We each grow at our own pace, but with each step, we become stronger." Ian's heart warmed at her words. He felt seen for the first time, and something within him shifted. He began to participate more, feeling less afraid of making mistakes. Mrs. Mira's gratitude for his contributions, no matter how small, gave him the confidence he needed to believe in himself. As the weeks passed, the class blossomed into a supportive community. Mrs. Mira continued to express gratitude for every student's growth, regardless of how big or small. She celebrated not just academic achievements but personal milestones, like when Maya overcame her fear of speaking in front of the class, or when Ravi, who was struggling with reading, finally started to improve. One day, after a particularly successful group project, Mrs. Mira stood before her class with a smile. "I am so grateful for all of you today. Your effort, your kindness, and your willingness to help each other are what made this project a success. You've shown me how much you've grown, both as students and as human beings." Ian, who had once been unsure of himself, stood up and spoke. "Thank you, Mrs. Mira. You made us feel like our thoughts and ideas matter. You didn't just teach us lessons, you taught us how to be grateful for what we have, and to appreciate how far we've come." Mrs. Mira's eyes sparkled with warmth as she responded, "Thank you, Ian. You've reminded me that teaching is not just about sharing knowledge, but about nurturing the hearts and minds of my students. When I am grateful for your growth, I am reminded of how much I have learned from each of you." Her words filled the room with a sense of peace and unity. The classroom was no longer just a place of learning, it had become a space of mutual respect, love, and gratitude. The students had learned to appreciate one another's strengths, and Mrs. Mira had shown them the power of gratitude in creating a joyful and thriving environment. As the year went on, the students flourished, not just in their academic achievements but in their confidence and kindness toward one another. Ian, once shy and unsure, had grown into a young person who was proud of his voice, proud of his journey. And he knew that much of that growth was because of Mrs. Mira's unwavering gratitude and belief in him. By the end of the school year, the students had learned something far more important than the lessons in their textbooks. They had learned to appreciate the small steps of growth, to celebrate each other's progress, and to be grateful for the gifts of learning and teaching. They had learned that true success was not measured by grades or accolades, but by the joy of growing together with gratitude in their hearts. And so, Mrs. Mira's classroom remained a place where the seeds of gratitude were planted, where joy blossomed, and where every student, no matter their background or struggles, was appreciated for the unique growth they brought to the world. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.